Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
The MFL. Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richie D. Myles Sr., CEO, Chairman, Founder of the Minor Football League. I want to say happy Friday to y'all. I want to do my wellness checks. I have my guests on today. I'm also waiting for the general managers for down the Louisiana Packers. But right now, I got this young man on here. He's down there with the Warriors down in Georgia. My GM down there, Mr. Chuck Barlow, do a great job. Let me yell at this young man. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. So give me a little synopsis on us and bear with me because I had a long day today.
It's all good. It's a Friday, and I already know.
Show, and then I got to run and I got to do this. But I'd like to have the different players come on so people around MFL Nation get an opportunity to see you guys and understand that we are real, because we get so many phone calls. Everybody say, is this real? Is this real? I mean, no, this is real. And because they never seen anything, the MFL is the laboratory of change. What I mean by that, we bring in former players from the field to the front office, give them opportunity to understand the business side of professional football. And those are some of the things that we enjoy doing. And even for players, we want y'all to understand beyond the field, because you can't play this game forever. And we want you to know that we want to help young men make a playing field level. And I tell guys all the time, it's not that you're not good enough to play in the NFL, it's not enough room. So you think about this, young man, when you say, okay, everybody have a minor league system but the NFL. That was designed on purpose. You know what I mean? So when I say that designed on purpose, is the fact that they really did not mean for we do the running, we do the jumping, we do the catching and slamming the ball and hitting the ball. But think about this, young man. As you know, African Americans are the biggest consumers in America. We have nothing to show for it. We talk about generational wealth, and that's where the MFL comes in. That imagine a league for the people and by the people. You know what I mean?
Yes,
For the economic development of your city and state. So I just want to ask you this. I'm always, if I sound excited to you, the old man, I am, because I'm excited. I'm the originator of this. I'm doing something that they say could not be done. So we kind of excited. We do have our GM on from down in Louisiana, the Packers. How you doing today, sir? Unmute yourself. Okay. All right. Unmute yourself so we can get you in here. How you doing, sir?
All right. How about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Absolutely. Hello. How y'all doing today?
Okay. And I apologize. I know you came on the other link from last week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good.
That, we have to send you stuff over and over because that we really appreciate the GMs that we have, and and we're thinking about, we're not beating nobody else up, but we're not going to get these opportunities in that other league. You know it, and I know it. You know what I mean? But
sure.
And the great thing about it. But we got this young man on. When you, I know Chuck Barlow, great guy down there in Georgia. But when he talked with you about it, you had a chance to look at this, what was the first thing came to your mind?
The first thing I thought of was just like, I just noticed my black men doing something great. Like I was just like, oh my goodness, I want to be a part of that. Like that, you just don't see that, you know.
Right.
You guys are changing the game. Like this is a game changer, like you said. Like nobody's ever done this before, and why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? That's amazing to me.
Yeah, well, you're so kind, and that's what my take on this is. We have to understand that we can no longer keep talking about the old time. As people talking about, and I'm an old time, I can say this. We have to start talking about, oh man, Black Wall Street, that's gone. This is the new norm. That's why the NFL is the laboratory of change. And I want us to understand generational wealth. Okay, I want us to be able to pass the money down through generations. But that's why our counterparts doing over nationality. Think about it. They have money because they pass it down. Okay, see, some of us do well, but I'm not about some of us. I want all of us doing well. I want the playing field to be level. And that's what the NFL bring. And I appreciate you saying that, but also I'm gonna switch over to the GM. This guy right here, when he came in, when you saw it, Mr. GM, and you got the call from us, because I heard a lot of nice things about you. And they said, well, Dr. Myles, I said, well, let's talk to him. And then when you got the call, after you got the call, before you got the call, you did your research, because everybody should do that. What was the first thing came to your mind?
Well, the first thing I was kind of taken back to hear the fact that I was offered a position as a general manager for a football league team. You know what I mean? And as much as I love football, I love business as well. So when I first talked to you, Dr. Myles, it was the first thing I said was, man, this guy, he's on it. He has compassion. He cares about exactly what he's been saying. He's been practicing what he's preaching, right? As far as generational wealth. The first thing you said to me, and I don't think I'll ever forget it, is that I'm gonna grab you and take you by the hand, and I'll take you to the promised land, in a sense, right? So essentially, I'm excited. I was elated to actually have this opportunity. I'm still excited. I got my ball rolling. You know what I mean? And man, I'm just so excited to be a part of this.
Absolutely, and we ask for, just like players and people in general, we just ask for an opportunity.
That's right.
That's all we want. We can excel. We're gonna match you. If you give us an opportunity. We don't want tokenism. We don't want any of that. Give us a playing field, and that's not going to happen. And everybody asks me all the time. When I was playing ball, what are you gonna do? I love the game so much, but I was always looking at the business side of it, because they are like us, but you got to understand, this is a business. You know what I mean? And when you no longer can do this, they're going to get somebody else. Okay?
Right.
So, and Dr. Freeman, prime example, you talk to Dr. Freeman. I met Dr. Freeman. I used to see him at the Super Bowls all the time, and he see me and we speak. And one day he said, look, who are you, sir? I was laughing. I said, oh, you don't want to talk to me. I said, you're not ready for that. He said, no. So I gave my business card, and I walked away. I was down there taking care of business. Of course, a couple of years ago, maybe 3, the Alliance Football League was gonna get ready to start. I know y'all remember that. Yeah. And I was talking to Hines Ward, Dr. Said, yeah, Dr. Bell, we go out. I said, man, that ain't gonna work. No, we got all these players in. I knew the real story. I know brothers of color did not have any money in that. You know what I mean? But who they gonna put out in front, right? You know what I mean? The smoke and mirror. So when it started, I told the NFL, I said, give it a month. I guarantee it don't work. Oh no, well, they got this, that. I said, yeah, but they have to pay for TV. TV have to pay you. That's why the NFL is so big now. You think about it, gentlemen, you talking about billions of dollars. And you of all people, we know $1 trillion a year come to our hands. We have nothing to show for it. $1 trillion. Think about that. $1 trillion a year come to our hands. Okay? What we had to show for it. And I tell people, oh, yeah, okay, Doc, you're going to be wrong. Troy tell me, yeah, you must be a psych or something. How you know that's going to work? The concept was wrong. It was all wrong. XFL came back from sleeping for 20 years. I was down there the year before last. He was talking. We was on show. I told him it won't work. Oh no, everybody's jumping on it. You know what I mean? But we know why they were jumping on it, gentlemen. You know what I mean? You know why I was jumping on it. But then I told him, you know, when you think about it, it's COVID-19 is bad. I lost family members, I lost close friends. But it's a way of God telling you, just sit back, take a look at stuff. I tell people off of social media, man, because mainstream America will never knew about this. And when y'all have an opportunity to say something, oh my God, wait a minute. But when you look at it, you do research, we've been around for 28 years and nobody never heard of it.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm talking about, mainstream never heard of it. Oh, people heard of us now. You know, but just imagine that. We don't need TV. Thank God for social media. And people see us around the world right now. And you gentlemen, when you look at this thing, you say, wait a minute now. How come I never heard of this?
Right.
You really think media really want to know about this? I mean, really, gentlemen? Come on.
Nope.
But you know, I did something great. We had the MFL network, as you know. You're on this now. And the show come on Saturday morning, DC radio, you know, we're here in the nation capital. But more importantly, I want to give young men an opportunity to say, I had that opportunity, Mr. GM. I'm not sitting home and say, man, I wish I, You want to change? We yell out to the HBCUs, we see you, we hear you. Come on here. You know, the greatest players in the world play in the NFL, but they don't own the NFL franchise. You got everything named these players, and I can say, you know, but we don't own anything. Think about that. See, we got to start looking at the glitz and the glamour. We got to look at it's a business, and something we kept forgetting over the years. It's a business, and I'm here to teach us business, not a business. You know what I mean? A business and when people print T-shirts out.
Right.
I'm a business when you put your title on the business card and everything. Okay, when people can Google you, that is a business. So when I meet people like yourself, young man, players, and then people of your status, Eddie Robinson should have been coaching in the NFL. You do not know that.
Absolutely.
You have a lot of players. Eric the Enemy, why is he still an offensive coordinator, Mr. GM, young man? But they'll take somebody that's coaching for tight ends and he can get a head coaching job.
Well, special teams for that matter, right?
Special teams. And thank you for correcting me, sir. But think about this. People in that country never boys club, high school, college, but they head coaches in the NFL. But then again, I'm not sure because what? You can't tell somebody what to do with their league. I tell people all the time. But we can say what we do in this league. You understand? We can say what we do. And if you know, by the help of the Lord, I tell people, I want African Americans own all these franchises. And as you can see, gentlemen, we going abroad. We're over there in Africa. Look at the draft. Look at the draft 2 years ago. All them young men were from Africa. Did you hear the last names, gentlemen? Look at the last names. Think about it now. Think about it. And a lot of people don't, you know, they overlook that. But look at their last name. We know as athletes over there, right, sir?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
What we want to do is have the first World Bowl ever. That's unheard of. But more importantly, I want young men like you get an opportunity to play in the league, a very professional league. And as I tell people, you know it, image is everything, gentlemen. You don't get a first chance to make a first impression, right? And everybody tell me, so what y'all paying? I'm not crazy enough to make the mistake that my other two leagues did. And I tell people, NFL owners are billionaires. They got one franchise. I'm responsible for 32. I can't pay you. I'm not going to come off like the Alliance Football League. We're going to pay the guy $300,000 a year, right? But this is what I'm going to do for you, gentlemen. I'm going to have $1 million worth of insurance on the players. I'm going to take care of the traveling expenses, the hotels, the uniform. I'm gonna do everything, but I can't pay you. But isn't that a good thing? Because now you get an opportunity to get film where people can see you. Well, now it ain't no denying it now, because seeing is believing, right?
Correct.
Seeing is believing. So when I say that, if I sound like I'm preaching, but don't forget now, I am a chaplain now. You didn't know that about me, you know. But I'm excited. But more importantly, it's about you young men, you young guys. That's what it's about. And for you too, for all the matter, Mr. GM, because you're a young guy. You're not 65. You get to be my age, then say. But tell me, what does it mean for the MFL to be in Georgia and young men like yourself getting the opportunity to play?
It means the world. It means the world. Like you said, it's not about your talent level. It's about opportunity. And it's a lot about, with the business side of things, it's a lot about who you know. You could be the most talented guy in the world, but if you don't have the right people pulling them strings for you, then you find yourself at home.
Absolutely.
So this is just another opportunity for guys to get seen, like you said. Because we all know some people at home who could go suit up on Sundays right now and go tear something up.
They shouldn't be out there suited up.
There you go. There you go. There you go. You said it. You said a mouthful right there. We watch some games every week, and we like, what are you doing out there? But hey, that's just how it goes. It's all about who you know. So yes, I say that to say this opportunity is humongous for a bunch of guys. Even my brother right here, the GM, like we got some brilliant people out there. They just don't have the opportunity. We got some guys who can run those teams, and those teams will be playoff teams for years and years and years to come. Making Super Bowl runs and stuff like that because they know how to set that team up. They know how to put that team together. They know what type of people they want in the building. All these guys beating up on these girls and stuff like that and still in the league. Like, how is that? How are y'all allowing that? When you got clean cut guys like myself, image squeaky clean, never been in trouble, grades been good all throughout all school, elementary, middle, high. You know what I mean? Like, it's guys out there that deserve a shot, and this right here will give those guys a shot for sure.
Absolutely.
Because if you can play, they'll find you. That's one thing that is without a doubt, they will find you. I went to an HBCU myself. I'm from South Carolina State.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to South Carolina State.
Yes, sir.
I almost put on my Jackson State apparel, but I'll let you make it.
Look. But the thing is, it's funny you said Jackson State. So I started out at Alabama A&M.
Okay.
I was there for like a year. I was out there for about a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I transferred. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So I know about the SWAC, but I also know about the MEAC too.
The MEAC too, huh? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stuff, man.
When I talk to young men like yourself, I feel like, and Coach, Mr. GM, I can say this. We owe it to them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're standing on people's shoulders. That's why we're here, because we're standing on guys' shoulders. Now, it's time for people to stand on our shoulders. Of course, your GM on here, Barlow.
Yes, sir. My boy Barlow, he goes hard. He goes hard.
And you think about Mr. GM, and I say to him all the time, just to think, in your lifetime right now, did you ever think that you'd be a GM at this time and point in your life?
Honestly, no. I can't sit here and tell a story and say, yes, I knew I was going to be at the age of 34, I would be a GM of a football team. You know what I mean? But I cannot say that. Professional football team for sure, right? No, I did not. But like I said before, I was just so elated. And but I know, like you said, you're giving me the opportunity to be a beacon of light in a sense, right? For those to come behind me, right? If I have a player that may want to go on to the business side of things like that, you know what I mean? I have that spotlight, and I'm going to use that spotlight correctly, you know what I mean, to actually excel, you know what I mean, with your tutelage and your guidance, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I know I didn't. To answer your question, no, I didn't, but I'm definitely happy about it. You know what I mean? So,
and so are we. And I have to tell you, Mr. GM, you can yell at me later. I did have the wrong your what's the name number on the package. It came back. I had, you know when you put them numbers, I'm not. I'm not in the your from your area. The email it was wrong. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna send it right back out again. I'm man up to admit when I'm wrong. And
that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Look,
I'll tell you, look, I go to the mailbox every day. I'm like, hey, where my jersey at?
I'll have it there. But, you know, MFL Nation, tell them a little bit about yourself, Mr. GM.
Well, I'm born and raised in New Orleans. Graduated from Eleanor McMahon High School, played ball there. Went to Jackson State in 2005, right before Katrina, I left. But Katrina hit, I was already in Jackson, Mississippi. I did a little bit of ball there, not much, but finished there with my marketing degree, a double major in marketing and management. Left, came back home for a little while. The love of my life, I tell her. She was from Jackson. She's from Jackson, was a head cheerleader that I moved back. And then I went back to school to get my master's in public health. So I got my master's in public health. I came back home, started working for the state Department of Health, right? And and that's the rest is history, man. So got a little girl, an 8-year-old little girl. That is a whiz kid. Is on a swim team here in New Orleans. So yeah, man, that's my story.
Wow. You know, and that's what the MFL Nation, them the stories we want to hear. I had a couple of people, just said to me, Dr. Myles, I had one of the players on that we signed, the chief signed, safety, 6'2", 190. Boy got in the combine and tore it up, Mr. Jim, just tore it up. But when he was talking on, went to West Virginia and stuff, and, he could have, we ain't prepping nobody. We want people to see these young men because we want the story to be genuine. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to tell you, young man, how to talk or what. We want the people to express. We want you to express how you feel and what this means to you. If we tell you what to say, that's not authentic. You know what I mean? Y'all, I mean, does that make sense? I want to be authentic. And when you look at the fact that, I tell people, don't take this like it, what we're doing. I had people that say, Dr. Myles, I looked at this thing, I kicked it, I beat it up, I threw it across the room, and this thing keep coming up right. Look at the organization. It's just coming up right. And I know, Mr. GM, that Fred Smoot, y'all gonna be chopping it up because we call him.
Yeah, because he's from Jackson. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So when you oh man, well you're gonna get to talking and everything. But
yeah, for sure.
It was important that I put a team back down that thing because we tried it year 4 last.
Okay.
It hurt me. We said I'm going deep down the South. We went to Alabama. We went to Mississippi, Louisiana, but we had the wrong people, Mr. Jim. And everybody say, Dr. Myles, you just got the wrong people. You had the wrong people. But I'm a black man doing something they said couldn't be done.
Right.
No room for error. It hurt me, but I don't know if you've been on our site. You see them kids signing them contracts from Mississippi. I don't know if you've seen that stuff. It hurt me. But you had one person that always run it. The lady was just, what she did was just wrong. Just wrong. You're going to lie to the player that NFL ain't sending me no uniform and this and that. And people call me about that. You're going to fire your coaching staff? And the coaches said, no. But and I know, if you don't know somebody, cousin, brother, uncle down in the South, you in trouble. No matter what you do. What you do. Nobody wrong, y'all. Told me that. And I pulled the team out. I mean, it was so blatant what she did. The GM, he wasn't too bad, but he tried. He drove over to Mississippi and told everybody, said, keep it on. We got our uniform right here. Why would you put him? But they don't believe us. They believe who they know. because she was down there.
Of course.
But when she found out what she did, she had to move her down there. But it's and everybody asked me, so you will pull it out there? I said, I'll be back. I'm just going another way, you know. And I kept my word, Mr. Jim.
That's it.
Because God's in charge. Look what we come up with. Stella,
come up with a great selection too, my add.
Yeah, absolutely. And and what we're doing is so out of the norm. You know, we're champion, we're gonna do something with it, but they kept going back and forth. Haynes bought them out, and they was terrible that way. We go all the way to London, we get the deal done. As you can see, our apparel. We got the deal done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you imagine we got everything they got, gentlemen. Everything they got. You know, and what more important, it's affordable entertainment. It's about economic development. It's about, we're not asking for no subsidize, nothing. We pay for everything. We just want people to work with us. Work with us. My old man told me when I was young, $1 from a million people is what? $1 million. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $1 million. And some people, and I say it to say, why we have to be our own worst enemy? You know what I mean? When you think about it, bro, you have to, and I tell you as a player, you as a GM, it's 3 people in your life you have to be very mindful of, gentlemen. 1, your wife, your significant other, whatever, they're going to support you whatever you do. Am I right or wrong? No matter what you do. Number 2, you a curious person in your life. You can carry him either way because he's curious. And how you handle him is how you handle him. Okay? Do that make sense, gentlemen? 3, and more importantly, gentlemen, you got that hater. You ain't listening to him. You ain't saying nothing wrong. He just don't like you. He dislikes you so much that he will pay to see you fail. Oh, man, he's smart, man. Oh, he playing with the George Ward. Let me go out there and see him get messed up. But you know what? He get fooled when he come out there because you showing up and showing out. Showing out. Oh, man, he just got in the game. But we're going to go again and see him mess up. Even you, Mr. Jim. Oh, man, he think, yeah, right. His team going to get trucked. They come out there and y'all taking care of business. Wait a minute, man. Oh, they got lucky.
Come next week. We'll show it again.
Yeah. You see, something no more Muhammad told me a long time ago. He said, people ain't come and see me because they love me. They came to see me lose. And somebody shut his mouth of mine. He said, that's why they love me. They wasn't there to see me win. They want to see somebody could shut his mouth, shut my mouth. And I disappoint them every time they came. And they start coming even more. So in saying that, gentlemen, I want you to know how I'm the founder of this organization and everything. And you see, something was told to me a long time ago. It's better to be humbled, than be humbled. You know what I mean? It's better to be that way because you don't want nobody to humble you. You want to be humble yourself. And I learned that was somebody really dear to me and everything, told me that. And I said, thank you. But I also want to say, we don't have to back down from nothing. You know what I mean? Y'all doing something monumental. Don't think we're not doing it. You got everybody watching you, Mr. GM down there. You know that, don't you?
Of course. Of course.
They looking. Wait a minute.
We'll give them a show. We'll give them a show.
And now they know you. What is this league about? When they see it, they still can't believe it, huh, Mr. GM? God.
Absolutely true.
No, this can't be real. I get so many calls, people saying, is this real?
To interject to you, it was funny. I was at a kind of a happy hour this past weekend, right? And I told somebody that I was the GM of an MFL team, professional football team, right? Like, well, how long have they been around? I said, well, 28 years. 28 years, the astonishment, the I can't believe this. No, not 28 years. I'm like, yeah, it's been around for 28 years. Here's the website. You know what I mean? Started getting a couple of text threads out, you know what I mean? And here's that proof in that pudding, you know what I mean? So being able to reach out to some of the news teams here, the news stations here, I like once I get my venue, once this venue is actually locked in, solidified, it's going up. It's up from there. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where now I'm going to put some why behind the what. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I'm absolutely excited about it because I keep, every time I tell somebody 28 years, 28 years, 28 years, I'm like, nah.
They go Google. You love it. You know.
Absolutely.
God damn. And then they come back and say, is this real? We're not supposed to be able to do this, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And you start wearing your gear. I'm Mr. GM. When you start wearing your gear.
Look, no, don't you worry. when that second package, not that jersey, but when that second package gets to me, yeah, it's gonna be worn. Yes, indeed.
Did you already been there and ordered your stuff because you know the shipping is free?
Yep. I ordered my operations guy and myself some stuff. So
did you have an opportunity to get your business cards made?
No.
Yeah. Did I send you the logo, right?
No. So what I did, I have some logos saved. I got the Louisiana Pelicans and the Packers and MFL saved. So I've been able to use that.
So you can do it because you can go to Vista Print and get $500 for $20. $20. But the exciting part, and I'm gonna give it to you, young man, because you just love the and you know what I like about this, and I'm not anti anything. And I tell people, and I tell them in a minute, y'all, this ain't the Negro Leagues now. It's the NFL. But because I stand up for us, that don't mean I'm anti nothing. Right. But while we stand up for us, we got to be anti something. You know what I mean? And what y'all know about me, how Dr. Myles is, they'll tell you I don't throw no punches. It's just simple as that. I don't do that. My knees only bend when I pray. You know what I mean? I ain't taking no backseat to nobody. When I was up on Capitol Hill, y'all probably seen the picture on the West Side, and I let them know, hey, this is what you see is what you get. You know, that's how I am. I'm integrity, commitment, and all we do. That's how our creed on the MFL tells you that. You know, we serious about what we're doing. I'm excited about the people that we have. And there was something was said to me years ago, if you build it, they'll come. But you have to build it. You know what I mean? You have to build it. And I tell people all the time, the great thing about documentation and conversation. You know what I mean? We ain't got to sell it, gentlemen. It sells itself. You know what I mean? We're trying to enhance what the community doing. You know, we're trying to enhance what they're doing. We're not coming to take nothing away. You know, we all on this set together. You could be the owner of another NFL franchise down there where you at. You can get on that. After you get to play, you could be one of the coaches in the NFL because we're about beyond the field with the players. And you know, I told you some stuff, Mr. GM. Tell me, it opened your eyes, didn't it? You was like, that stuff I said was deep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And I know the young man, he brought, but did I say you some deep stuff or what?
Huh? You did.
And those people don't call nobody, do they, Mr. GM? That's why documentation do conversation. And like, young man, what position you play?
Defensive back.
Oh, okay. You know, I used to play defensive back long.
Not that long ago. Not that long ago.
I had to talk about getting you down here, man.
I used to play strong safety, DB.
Okay.
What we need to do, and I tell everybody, black media should be all over this. We don't want just black media, but I'm saying they should be all over this, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
And the reason why, because look, we got you. You're relevant. You're from the community down there. Who better to come through? You doing community service in the community and stuff. We there. You know. if you look at what the NFL stand by, you know, everything going on. Now, we have the mayor, God bless her soul, up here. We have a great mayor up here. Mayor Bowser. She sponsors our show, Radio One. We glad to have her. We glad to be a part of that. And the same thing that happened where you guys at. But see, we have to stop talking about and support each other. Dynamic young people like yourself, man, you know, you've been ready all your life. Just never thought that would come your way.
Come my way. All right.
But God's in charge. You know what I mean? See, God don't put no more on your shoulder than you can bear.
Yep.
And like you, you talent and everything. You said, man, it ain't. And next day Jim called you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say what? And then when you took a look at this, you say, "Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute."
Yeah.
And I always tell people, ball players bring ball players.
Oh yeah.
GMs bring players. Now they can wait around if they want to. We don't do cattle calls here. You know what that means, right? We don't work them out. Say, "Oh, we get back to it." We sign people that day, Mr. G. That's why I'm rushing to get the jersey down to you. We saw people that day. If he can play, and I tell people all the time, you know, you do the combine because you want to look at technique and stuff. You know those things. If you had it, you'll never lose it. It's the one to get it. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to get it. But we're going to show people that we can have a viable league here in the NFL. We've been doing it for years. Nobody want to pay us no attention. You know, then, Mr. GM, Mr. Young Man, but now people begin to listen. People begin to look, man. You know, they begin to see our stuff. Because if you go on the internet, we all over it. I'm Mr. GM. You know what I mean? We all over it. We're all over it. And we're telling all the schools, not just HBCU. We see you. We hear you. We hear you. If you want that opportunity, don't get mad with yourself and withdraw because that other league and get your opportunity. Come on, would you sit home, cry, sit on the couch when you could do something? Because I guarantee you, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. Now they see what they did overlook. You know, Mr. G, young man. But wait a minute, who is this guy? Wait a minute. Because I tell people all the time, the best players are not in the NFL. It's not in the NBA. Not playing baseball, not playing. It's impossible for you to get the best players that you see, but they're not the best players because there's always somebody better. You know that. That's why the Spanish in the NFL, they tell you it's not for long. It might be 3 years, 4 years. But let me tell you about the NFL. No, the initiative stand for the minor football league. Those initials stand for money for life if you own one. Y'all follow me?
Yeah, money I like that.
For life if you own one. That was the NFL about.
Yes, sir.
That was the NFL about. We want to see this in our hands. You know,
yes,
we want to see it in our hands. And right now, they can try to ignore us all they want. They try all they want, but they can't. They can't. And everybody, COVID-19, no. You know, this happened because it was meant to happen. Mm-hmm. But it also got people opportunity to take a look at stuff. Mm-hmm. I didn't know, what is this? So many players with the GM saying, y'all affiliated? I said, nope, not affiliated at all with the NFL. They who they are, we who we are. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to do them. That's what the other 3 leagues, other 2 leagues mistakes was. We who we are. And we ain't trying to be nothing other than that, Mr. Jim. So when you think about it, young man, and I don't know if you had the opportunity to talk to your friends and stuff and tell them to take a look at this thing. Did you have the opportunity yet, or you still?
Not yet, but we're gonna work on. We're gonna definitely get the word out because it's gonna catch fire. It's gonna catch fire, and you know, just your whole perspective on everything, the way that you're thinking beyond the field, because that's where we get stuck at. People get stuck, like you said, that glitz and that glamour. People get stuck thinking that you have to be a player to be, you know, to make it. No, you can be the GM, you can be the owner.
There you go.
That's what we really need to be talking about.
Thank you. Now see, this what make my heart so light. Listen to what the young man say. Yeah, you know, sometimes you and I know the worst guys in school that hung around the athlete, they end up owning stuff. I the glory for a minute. And I tell people all the time, everybody know the glory, but they don't know the story behind this stuff. See, we want to tell the story behind it. We want them to see, okay, this young man can, but if you look at that website, you have some great players. Eric Swan, he ain't go to college. Check and see what he played before the NFL did that stuff. Every word. Major Harris. You know what I mean? I was the one who reached out and talked to Michael Vick agent. I don't know if y'all read that or not. Google it. Look at it on our stuff. I'm the one offering $1 million to come in the NFL. If they want to play games with you, come on over here. We have a place for you. But they nipped that in the bud real quick. You know, Mr. Jim, there's nowhere in the world. If he'd have came here, it would have been all over. And I tell players, you've taken a lot of stuff that you don't have to take. My friend, you can own your own here. You can own your own here. Mr. Jim, that's something I understand. We trying to put a group together about that. None of those franchises for sale over there. They pass them down. But you have an opportunity here before they're all gone. You know, does that make sense? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. You know, you have an opportunity to own. I mean, you putting everything in perspective right now, Mr. Jim, you going through it. But I know that you said, you know what I mean?
It's a plan. It's a plan, bro.
Absolutely. We can do that. And I'm gonna make it obtainable for you. Now that's coming from not some people, but everything stops here with me. I ain't got to go get permission from nobody. You know what I mean? I want this in young people's hands because you have the passion. You have the understanding of what the MFL is about. With that playing field, we want it to be level. The only place it can be level is right here. You know, that's the only place it can be level, right here. And when you see young men like yourself, young man, and you look at the GM, it's just incredible. You know, it's just incredible. Y'all make me feel like I'm young. Y'all make me feel like I'm 28.
You are. You still young. Hey, black don't crack.
As young as you feel, huh? That's what they say. As young as you feel.
Absolutely. Say, how are you saying you Dr. Myles? You know, because I throw a lot of people off. You know, when they see me, they say, "Wait a minute, I thought." You know, a lot of people think I'm what I am, but it's because of people like yourself that understand it and understand what it's about. You know what I mean, Mr. Jim? I mean, this day is so endless. You know, all the stuff that can be done. You know what I mean? But we need help, strength in numbers. You know, it's here now. Now it's up to us to take advantage of this and do all the things that we need to do that makes it successful. See, we don't have to do it. Well, give me a time to get it started. We've been running for 28 years. 28 years. So in other words, gentlemen, this is a proven commodity. It's proven. It's a proven commodity. You know, and I say that, you know, what resonates? I go with you, Mr. Jim, first. What resonates in your mind about the whole MFL?
It's brotherhood and family, man, and opportunity. Those are the big three things: opportunity, family, and brotherhood. And like I said, the first thing you said to me, you know, I'm going to give you the game, and I'm going to hold your hand, take you with me. So
there you go.
Those are the three that stuck with me.
And how mama, you know, we always first of all we want a deftly thank them for allowing us to do what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We need their blessings. So how she feel about it when you told her?
It's funny when the first phone call that I had with you, right after I got off the phone, I told her, I said, well, I just accepted the GM position for the Louisiana Packers. So I told her what it was and what it was about. And the first thing she said was, "What do you need? What you need from me?" So I was like, "Damn, that's solid." You know what I mean? That's exactly what I needed. So if when you say that's what I need, what do I need? I just need you to be there on my side. So and that's what she's been since she said that. So.
And then when she look at it, what did she say?
I've given her so. She has an accounting degree. She's a master in public accounting as well. So the first thing I did was gave her the website. Mm-hmm. Then I told her, because like me being in sales and things like that, the first thing I always tell anybody that is interested in doing any type of sales or getting somebody to know about you is to tell it to your family and friends first, right? So essentially what she did, took off and sent to our friends, our family, let them know, Aunt is doing this. He has this team that is about to start playing ball down here. And then when she went to the website, she sent it off to some folks. People are coming back, giving some solid blessings and things like that. So, yeah, man, she's as excited as I am.
Absolutely. And I'll just go ahead and put it out there. One of the stars for the Louisiana Packers, which for the Georgia Warriors, which y'all gonna be swapping a little paint against each other. What about you, sir? When you had the opportunity, and I know you talked to your significant other, and your family members, how they feel about things after they had the opportunity to look at stuff?
Everybody's excited, this thing being driven off of, like Mr. GM said, the brotherhood, the camaraderie. You're creating opportunities for us. You're opening our eyes to see, like, hey, you don't have to just be a player. You can go get it as an owner. You can go get it as a GM. You can go get it as an executive. Like, we just have to get out of that mind frame and, being stuck, wanting to be on TV, wanting to be the guy who the light is shining on all the time. I relate it to like rappers and producers. Like, the rappers, they get all the shine and all that stuff, but the producers, the ones who really, they making the bread, right? And they behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So just that concept, that's it. It definitely applies, and I love where you guys are going with it. You got open up your mind, expand your mind. It's more to it than just being a player. And my people, they're on board. Everybody's excited. Like Mr. GM was saying, with your mom saying, "What do you need?" Like that's 100,000% support. She with you. She got your back. You fall down, she will help you get up. Same here.
And having like-minded, young men such as yourselves, that what makes me, I'm so driven. Everybody say we went down to Florida when we did the feasibility study, and the media was there, and one of the reporters, she said, "This is pretty good." But I've never heard of the NFL. So I'm the one man. Y'all know I'm the one man, gentlemen. So I look at her, I say, "Well,
what do you expect?" Huh?
I never heard of it. I said, "You know what? China got 2 million people, and I guarantee you not one of them ever heard of you." So what did that mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, meaning I get Dr. Martha, she did. I'm just going to check at the door and let her know. Because you never heard of it, don't mean nothing. But on second thought, what are you doing here if you never heard of this? You know what I mean? What are you doing here? Somebody must have heard of it because they sure have you here to cover it.
Yep.
I never told them I was coming to Florida. I largely not. Never told them I was coming in. We got there. Oh my goodness. The brother that the law firm down there that was on the case where the young man got shot by the guy. He let us see press conference in his office, and it was packed with them, man. Mm-hmm. They had 100,000 questions, like, and I told him, I said, the MFL, first of all, we're not new. We doing a feasibility study because we coming this way. Now we got 2 franchises down there, the Florida Bears and the 49ers. So we know where economic development needs to be, but we also need people to understand what we're doing and read it. If you in sports management, this is where you need to come. And the great thing about it, you have teams and franchises in your area. How big is that to play at home where all your people to see you at, young man?
That is crazy. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy.
You know,
unlimited support. Unlimited support.
And the big thing about it, you're not playing against Georgia and them down the road. You got to come up against the Packers down there in Louisiana. They ain't taking it.
Right.
So you're going up against the best in other states. How good is that, Mr. GM?
It's great. It was great. Can't wait.
When you heard the vision, you got okay. Of course, you have y'all Louisiana. Then you have to look at in Oklahoma, you got the Cowboys.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong way. I mean, how big is South Carolina Oilers? No, South Carolina Outlaws, North Carolina Oilers, Florida Bears, okay, Florida 49ers, Georgia Warriors,
Tennessee Patriots. Mm-hmm.
How good can you get better than that, gentlemen? And then 2 teams coming out your division because you had the division champ and the wild card. Everything is similar to what the NFL do. But now you get to go the other way. You got Houston, you got the Rams there. Okay? You got the Steelers in San Antonio. You got the Cardinals in the East,
in Dallas.
Texas. Yeah, Dallas. Then you got the Oklahoma Cowboys. And then you got the Louisiana team. Then when you come the other way, you got them guys that they call the Beast in the East, the Washington Chiefs up there.
Oh yeah,
you heard of them, huh?
It's a little whisper about them. I don't know.
You heard of them guys? Them
Washington. It's a little whisper.
Yeah. Then you got Mr. Lou Johnson. Watch him, Mr. GM. Watch him. He got the Raiders up there.
Yeah. You got Rochester.
Then you got the Chargers. Mm-hmm. Then you got the Saints. I mean, then you got the Colts in Maryland. But don't forget that team, young man, up there they call the Beast in the East, the Washington Chiefs. I know you heard it.
Okay.
Keep my ears and my eyes open for them.
Look,
keep my ears and my eyes open.
Them guys that got them rings sitting up on there. When you seen them rings, young man, what went through your mind?
We'll have one soon.
I said, this for real. I was like, man, this is for real. They ain't playing no games.
They ain't playing no games.
No games.
The great thing about it, man, the league is very competitive with y'all. And then you survive this, then you got to take on the champion over there in Africa. We can't do no better. The first World Bowl ever, Mr. Jim. Think about it, young man. First World Bowl. Think about that. What we doing is, we setting something so big. You being a player in the MFL, you being the GM in the MFL. You know me, you're gonna knock the door down a little bit. You know that, Mr. GM. See, you're gonna see. If you look on our stuff and see how they cover, we moved the franchise because we feel like, but it hurt me to my heart because if you've seen the videos on there about the Pittsburgh, the Mississippi Panthers team, them young men was in there crying, signing them contract. Did you see that, sir? Did you see that? That hurt me. That hurt me, gentlemen. The guy said, we've been waiting for something like this all our lives. And you have one person to mess it up. It hurt me, that happened. Because, man, just like what y'all are. Man, in Georgia, think about what you do. And I have to tell you, Mr. GM, it's too hot down there. I didn't come out till it was night. And
we call that home field. Like you say it's too hot. I call it home field advantage.
Woo! Let me tell you something. It was so hot down there, and you know how you go on y'all had the river gambling on the boats, right? It's so hot there. I said, man, I'm gonna wait till nighttime to come out. Oh, come on down. I said, no, it's too hot.
Yeah, still sweltering.
What?
Hey, that's home field advantage.
But let me tell you that, you know, we do an all-star game too, right?
Yeah.
I told y'all, gentlemen. We had the all-star game up here. We played at HBC. You heard of Howard University, right?
Of course.
We played the all-star game there. And the teams from the Southern Division, they was coming, Mr. GM. They was coming hard, you know. But you know, it get a little cold up here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it get cold up in here, you know. Hey, around October and stuff, it get cold up here. They was all right half. That second half, it wasn't coming hard because it was cold. It was cold.
Yeah, it was cold.
It was cold. They couldn't jump on it. They couldn't jump on the teams up here in the north fast enough. They ended up winning 6-0, but it got cold on them up here. And you know, if you ever been up here, I don't know if you ever. What about you, young man? You ever been up here?
Yes, sir. I've been up north. Ooh, yes, sir.
That's the home field advantage up here.
Yes, it is.
That's that hot.
Philly and Rochester and stuff like what?
Icy. Yes, sir.
That's
But,
hot, man.
you know, it's all in fun. But you know, gentlemen, I just wanted to say to y'all, I'm very honored to have y'all aboard. You, young man, as a player, and GMs like y'all, you like-minded GMs just make me feel like, man, you make me enjoy why I put this thing together like this. You know what I mean? I enjoy it because you have people like-minded with the same vision. You can look at both of y'all as a player and as a general manager. You generally care. You understand what you're doing. You understand? You see the goal. You see the vision. And that's what makes it all worthwhile to me. You know, to me.
Absolutely.
You also on your Facebook and everything, right, Mr. Jim?
Sir?
You're all straight on your Facebook page.
Yep. Like I said, once I get some stuff solidified, you're gonna see Louisiana Packers all over that thing.
We see, but I'll give you my way. I'll get that down there. I did have your what's the name number a little wrong, but try to hurt you. But I'll have it down there. So how you like them uniforms, Mr. GM?
Smoking, man.
And what about you? Did you
y'all got some heat, man. The product is gonna be amazing. Some good football. Got some good looking uniforms, some good looking teams. Man,
it's so hot down there with all that. We got to bring a little thunder and rain down there because it gets hot. We was down in Atlanta for the Super Bowl now. We
burning up, right?
What?
Yes, sir.
The Patriots were down there, man, but it was, it was hot. But, gentlemen, I want to say congratulations, young man.
Thank you.
Signing with in the MFL, and I want to say congratulations to you, Mr. GM.
Yes, sir.
I like the way that's sound. What about you, Mr. GM?
I love it. That's all right. Look, that's what I'm about to change all my handles to Mr. GM. That's it.
You know what? Because you know what? You large and in charge. You know, in charge, you big guy, you now everybody understand. And your friends will come to your age. You know that. Everybody will come to your age. And, gentlemen, but like I say, I appreciate that. Welcome to the NFL. This has been another just inside the MFL. You can also catch us on Wednesdays from 5 to 6 and Friday from 6. Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, video 96.com. We get ready to kick off June the 5th. As you can on the website, gentlemen, you see the countdown going down, right? You see it on the website?
Yeah.
It's countdown. And we want the MFL Nation to look there. We do have our own pair. Each franchise got their stuff, and there's no shipping cost to it. And we want everybody to support us and, be a part of MFL. Remember, this is the league for the people and by the people, So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for watching. This has been another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr., and I'll see y'all next week. Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Dr. Myles. Appreciate you, brother.